So yes, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, this is the last part of the Smack Talk Awards, and it is, of course, the third part for the Performance Awards of 2012. Starting off this part, we have the Best and Worst Heel of the Year. The best heel goes to Daniel Bryan. I mean, he got that crowd to hate him all the way up until WrestleMania, and when he was getting cheered, he got the crowd to hate him again by yelling no at them. You know, when they started cheering him, he had a new trick up his sleeve to get them to go against him again. And they made chanting yes to actually be chanting against him. So, as likable as he is, he still got the crowd to go against him. I thought he was the most entertaining heel all year long. He did the best job of the bunch. And he really broke out as a heel. And that's more to say than half of the roster. So kudos to him. The worst heel of the year, again, I keep ragging on him. Tensai, Tensai, Tensai. He can't get the crowd to care about him worth a shit. He couldn't even get the crowd to care about him when he was beating up a defenseless Sakamoto. Who cares about his useless bald ass? Who cares? Horrible, horrible performer. Again, what a fucking flop. I've repeated that like 1,000 times, but does that just show how bad this guy was this year? From beating... fuck it. Who cares? Moving on. Best and worst babyfaces. The best is CM Punk during his face run from the beginning of the year until they turned him heel. Even I'm counting the tweener stage when the crowd was still on his side. He never had the crowd turn against him or boo him or feel like he was too stale. He was the best babyface. He was natural on the mic. He connected with the crowd. He was, a champion of the people. It made sense. I loved his face run. I understand why they had to turn him heel. But to me, it was the most entertaining. He was the most entertaining face all year long. He wasn't stale. He wasn't goofy. He was just CM Punk. And that's to be respected. Unlike the worst face of the year, Sheamus, who I mentioned in the overrated in the beginning of the technical awards, painfully forced, horrible material, killed a lot of the segments he was in, stealing cars, having horrible debates at the Big Show, a lot of really shitty comedy, like really corny kid jokes. Just everything you do not want to hear from a babyface came out of Sheamus' mouth this year. Like, if you thought Punk and Cena did some corny shit, it doesn't even compare to half of the shit Sheamus did this year. Just the content of what he delivered was corny. His title reign was painful. It was a super push, a painfully forced super push. And therefore, to me, he rubbed me the wrong way. He's definitely, to me, the worst babyface of the year. And now, the final award, but certainly not the least, is the best and worst superstar of the year. The best is Daniel Bryan. What a rise this guy has had. I mean, to go from just a bland babyface that nobody thought would ever do anything except maybe wrestle good matches till he got released, to being, top 2 most over stars in the company is really a big deal. And I see 2013 holding just as much good things for him. I think he might win, a few more world titles next year even. Once his whole, tag title reign under his belt is done. Maybe he even goes to the mid-card for a bit and gets an Intercontinental title or something to give himself a Triple Crown. You never know what they're going to do with him. Especially with him, seeming to go face. Like, they're completely... But at some point next year, like Miz, he's going to go full-on 100% face. And it'll be interesting to see where they go with him after that. There's so many possibilities. I don't know what he's going to do at WrestleMania, but... if him and Kane hold the tag titles, I'm sure they'll do something tag title-wise for WrestleMania. But just the year this guy's had, the connection he's made with the crowd, everything he's done, the matches he's had against CM Punk, Sheamus, the TLC against The Shield, just the guy's been phenomenal all year round. I have nothing bad to say about him. He's 2012 Superstar of the Year in my book. And the worst Superstar of the Year... Can you take a fucking guess? It's Tensai. What a fucking flop. I mean, he's brought in. He beats John Cena and CM Punk in his first week. He goes on this painfully forced winning streak. And when the crowd chants Albert, completely goes silent during his matches, he doesn't connect, even when he's doing this stupid mist and claw thing. They drop him like a bad habit. They push Big Show instead. And Tensai's jobbing to Tyson Kidd in 5 seconds. He's jobbing here, he's jobbing there, he's jobbing to Santino. Made to look like a fool in every match he's in because he sucked that much ass when they tried to push him. And the biggest flop who put on the worst matches, to me, is the worst Superstar of the Year. I said it. Tensai, for sure. Any other vote or opinion is wrong. At least in my opinion it is. So there you have it. That's my awards for 2012 wrestling, my participation in the Smack Talk Awards for 2012, and all 10 parts are now complete. So for those of you who watched, thank you very much. For those of you who are going to watch, I thank you too. And hope to see you all fine and fresh for all my videos in the new year to come. And I hope to star, and this goes out to you, Tony and crew, star in a lot more and guest in a lot more Smack Talk episodes in the future. See you later, folks. Have a good one.